Every country is entitled to have its own migration policy, but I certainly don't intend to allow anybody else's migration policy affect the integrity of our own one. And this country will not in any way, shape or form provide a loophole for anybody else's migration challenges. That's very clear. Other countries can decide how they wish to advance migration. From an Irish perspective, we intend to have a firm rules-based system.
We're afraid we're going to be labelled as racist and that we don't like people from different places. But that's not the case. With the fact of the matter is, the facilities we have right now at the minute don't facilitate anybody that's already living here.
As the city's resources strain under the weight of this influx, tensions are rising. Community cohesion in Ireland is being severely tested. Protests, riots, and even arson attacks targeting asylum seeker accommodations are becoming all too common, not just in the capital, but also in smaller towns like Rosa. Locals are fed up with what they see as sugarcoating and political correctness that they believe in their country. Their neighbourhoods are changing beyond recognition, jobs are harder to come by, their culture feels diluted, and crime rates are climbing. The government's so-called solutions are seen as mere band-aids on an open wound. In town hall meetings, there's a growing demand for real talk and acknowledgement of these harsh realities. If leaders don't start addressing these issues, citizens might take matters into their own hands. A majority of Irish citizens now call for stricter immigration controls due to concerns over housing shortages, rising living costs, and high-profile crimes committed by immigrants. Protests against the government's handling of mass immigration have erupted across the country, with demonstrations taking place in cities, towns, and villages, demanding an end to the open borders policy. Populist and far-right parties have gained significant traction by capitalizing on public discontent, advocating for stricter immigration controls and a focus on protecting native interests. Mainstream political parties have been forced to reassess their positions on immigration. The ruling coalition has introduced new measures to curb the influx of immigrants and tighten asylum regulations. These measures aim to streamline the asylum process and reduce the number of asylum seekers entering Ireland, including faster processing times and stricter criteria for granting asylum. Tougher laws have been introduced to ensure that rejected asylum seekers are swiftly deported, intending to deter false asylum claims and reduce the burden on the asylum system. Additionally, the government has proposed cuts to social benefits for immigrants, including limiting access to housing, healthcare, and other social services to reduce the financial strain on the welfare system. Ireland's approach to handling mass immigration is not unique. Across Europe, countries are grappling with similar challenges. Nations like Denmark and Sweden have implemented stringent immigration policies to protect their welfare states and cultural identities. These measures include temporary protection statuses, deportation of economic migrants, and restrictions on family reunification. Denmark has successfully reduced the number of asylum seekers by implementing strict immigration policies and prioritizing the interests of its native citizens. The Danish government introduced laws allowing the confiscation of valuables from new arrivals to fund their stay and limited the number of non-Danish people living in certain neighborhoods. Sweden, once known for its open-door policy, has also tightened its immigration regulations in response to rising crime rates and social tensions. The Swedish government has implemented stricter border controls, reduced asylum applications, and focused on integrating immigrants into Swedish society. Ireland now stands at a crossroads. The government must balance its humanitarian obligations with the need to protect its citizens and maintain social cohesion. The current trajectory of mass immigration is unsustainable, and significant changes are necessary to ensure the country's stability and prosperity. To address the challenges posed by mass immigration, Ireland must implement stricter immigration controls. This includes strengthening border controls to prevent unauthorized entry, reducing the number of illegal immigrants, and conducting thorough background checks for all immigrants to ensure they do not pose a security threat. Ireland needs to adopt policies that prioritise skilled immigrants who can contribute to the economy and integrate smoothly into society. Effective integration programmes are crucial to help immigrants become productive members of the community. The struggle with mass immigration is complex and multifaceted. The surge in immigration has placed immense pressure on Ireland's resources, leading to socio-economic challenges and growing public discontent. The government must take decisive action to address these challenges and ensure the nation's stability and prosperity. Unemployment rates among immigrants are significantly higher than among the native population. Many immigrants struggle to find jobs due to language barriers, lack of skills, and cultural differences, leading to increased reliance on social welfare and further straining public finances. Ireland's housing crisis has reached unprecedented levels. The simultaneous demand for housing by both immigrants and native citizens has led to skyrocketing rents and property prices. Many Irish citizens find it increasingly difficult to secure affordable housing, leading to growing resentment towards immigrants. The government's efforts to build modular homes and provide temporary accommodations have been met with criticism. While these measures offer short-term relief, they do not address the underlying issues of housing supply and affordability. The rapid rise in immigration has significantly impacted public opinion. Nearly 30,000 people are currently living in state-provided shelters in Ireland, exacerbating the country's housing and accommodation crisis, which has been a persistent issue for the past decade. The government's ability to provide adequate housing and basic necessities is under severe strain, leading to widespread dissatisfaction among the native population. The surge in immigration has also brought significant economic challenges. Ireland's welfare system, already stretched thin, is now under immense pressure. The cost of providing social benefits, healthcare, and education to the growing immigrant population has skyrocketed, sparking a heated debate on the sustainability of Ireland's welfare state. The government has been accused of prioritising immigrants over its own citizens' needs, leading to widespread anger and frustration. The situation is further complicated by the UK's Rwanda Bill, controversial legislation allowing the UK government to deport asylum seekers to Rwanda for processing, regardless of their country of origin. Fearing deportation, many migrants now see Ireland as a safer alternative, contributing to the dramatic rise in immigration numbers and placing additional pressure on Ireland's already strained resources. The political landscape in Ireland has shifted dramatically in response to the immigration crisis. By implementing stricter immigration controls, enhancing integration programs, and engaging with the public, Ireland can navigate this crisis and create a more sustainable future. Learning from other European countries can guide Ireland in shaping its immigration policies. As the debate over immigration continues, it is essential to prioritise the well-being of Irish citizens while fulfilling humanitarian obligations. Only through a balanced and pragmatic approach can Ireland successfully manage the pressures of mass immigration and secure a prosperous future for all its residents. How do you think Ireland should handle its immigration crisis? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.